Okay, so here it is. Here's my trailer, my 5x8 Interstate, all aluminum. Few things to catch you up on that I've actually already started. So I added these stabilizer jacks up front. Little anti-theft device. And then out back, I currently only have one stabilizer jack because where I need to mount the second one, I need to add a cross beam right here. See, the other side has one. So that's a project I'll have to fix. But 3 jacks at least makes it stabilized enough that I can get in. Now, next thing I added, which I'm just finishing up kind of because I'm kind of catching up a little late, but I used to have one of these style locks. Well, I don't want that. Obviously, if I go camping, I don't want to get locked in. So I now have standard trailer style lock. So I have already cut and mounted. So, but you are going to be here to witness if things go bad. Now let's see, I left the deadbolt in, so it should still not open. Okay. Alright, the only reason that popped open was because I already pulled it, but as you can see, it's good. So popped it open. I had to cut quite a bit back here to make this all work. And then I had to cut to install this piece here. Now, this is going to be the big test. This is the questionable one. The one that honestly I'm a little nervous about, but it's got to get done. And that is to close myself in here. And can I exit with the door shut? Now, as a safety precaution, obviously I have my cell phone just in case I need to call someone, because I am here alone. So let's do it. All right. Actually, let's turn on the light first. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, this seems to come in all the way. Let's bring this light over here. So it does not fully slip closed, it looks like right there. So I'm gonna have to adjust that a little bit. But I am in here, and then can I do the lock? Yes, I can. All right, let me adjust that a little bit. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna adjust that. So let me adjust it, and then we'll try this test again in a little bit. Okay, after a few minutes of fighting with this thing, basically the striker plate wasn't working. When it actually, this piece here wouldn't actually set into the hole. So I'm gonna have to fight with that probably another time, but I've already tested this again. But just for show on video, there we go. Nice and easy. Lock mechanisms go in, comes back out. Lock mechanism. So lock works good. And then just like that. And that's it. So obviously I'm gonna go back and clean up a lot of this stuff. There's some marks from where I was cutting, but it's all part of the project. I'm gonna see about cleaning this up a little bit too, and we'll go from there. So anyways, on to the next part. All right, next thing was the old latching lock. I was concerned with someone, well, closing me in when I was in there sleeping. So I initially just removed the handle, and then after testing it, I swung the bar and realized it still closed off the door too. So I removed that. So I'm sure most of you are like, why didn't you just take the bolts out? Well, the bolts are kind of hidden behind a number of things back here, as well as they're already weather gooped up and stuff. So to keep the waterproofing and stuff, I just left them in place. But this, yeah, okay. It's part of a hinge. It's not like it's gonna hurt anything. And as you can see, when the door's shut, so it's not like just looks like it's supposed to be there. It doesn't look out of place really all that much. So anyways, if you don't like it, go ahead and leave a comment. So, all right, bye. All right, so I am basically done working on the trailer for this weekend, but I decided that I would go ahead and lay out some of the parts and give you an overrun of what it is I have planned. So right here, I have two 100-watt solar panels. They're flexible style because the trailer has a like curve to the roof. Little things here, like I'm gonna fabricate a large screen for the back door, but obviously they don't make a screen door for a cargo trailer. Little things here, I mean, I'm going to be installing a window, so this is a curtain, that's a curtain rod. These are the brackets that will move my ARB awning to the roof of the trailer so that I can still use that. This is, you know, for legality purposes, it's a carbon dioxide and smoke detector. Few bits and pieces, the well, we call it chromate basically in the aerospace industry, but it's like a adhesive gummy. Few different types of caulking, self-leveling for on the roof, adhesive to hold the solar panels down, and external sealant for around the new door handle, the new window, etc. Here in this box is the new window. That will end up being cut into what would be the passenger side of the trailer, just to give in light and a little bit of a breeze. It'll have, you know, a vent built into it. This is the 10-speed max fan, max air fan that I'm going to be installing in the roof. That box there is the cover that allows this to be open while I'm driving. Simple battery box because I want to make sure to protect the battery. Now from the solar panels, they have here, it's basically a 2-in-1 piece, and then from that one piece, this is a nice cover that you can seal up and pass the power down through the roof. This is my Renogy Rover 30 amp MPPT charge controller. This is a very high efficient charge controller for solar. It should help these solar panels even on like overcast days or shaded areas. This is my 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. They recommend these newer batteries over obviously the gel and over a number of the other battery styles. They allow them to run below the 50% charge rate and still be efficient to recharge. And I forget what it was. I think it's like 2,000 cycles or something like that. It's a very good battery. I'll be honest, it's probably the most expensive part out of all these parts. So, and then here you have just some more wiring from controller to the battery, and then a large amount of wiring that I'm going to be running behind all the panels. From there, I have this 4-switch toggle switch, which is going to run these. They're red and white. So what I plan on doing is 2 of them will be wired. Well, they'll all be running through these switches. Both will be running white light under one of these switches, but then for like late nights when say my son is already asleep and I'm coming in from the campfire or whatever, I'm gonna have the one closest to the door wired to one switch for red. So it'll be just enough light for me to get in, get undressed, get into bed, but not bright enough to bother him and hopefully not wake him up. This is a circuit breaker. It's going to go from the battery to this fuse block, which actually came with a bunch of fuses, which is awesome. And obviously that's going to then run to the switches to the units, etc. These are some USB ports, because everything on this thing's going to be basically 12 volt. Eventually I'll probably end up getting an inverter And then from there, I'll see about adding plugs, or most inverters have plugs built onto them. And I'll just mount the inverter somewhere where I can plug in. And then this is just your standard 12 volt like cigarette plug. And this is gonna mount on the outside over by the awning, because the LED light strip that is in my awning runs off 12 volt. This is a waterproof unit, since it'll be exposed to the elements outside. And my plan is to run that off one of these switches as well, so that yes, there's a switch on the plug for the awning, but what if I get into the trailer and go, shit, I forgot to turn the light off? I can just turn it off here. Plus, when I'm not camping, that can kill power to my only external source, so no one can come and mess with my stuff. This is a spare tire that actually came with the trailer, as well as the mount that came with the trailer, but it was mounted on the inside, and I am not wanting that. So I will likely find the beam up front so that I can mount this tire somewhere on the front of the trailer. This will save me some space on the inside of the trailer for other things. This is all the insulation that will go in after I tear off all the paneling. The wood that I'm standing on is for a few pieces. One, it'll be for the ceiling, and then also it'll be used for when I make the beds and the bunks. Obviously, here's all the wood for all that stuff, and all the tools that I've been currently using. I got some paint back there because I'm going to paint the interior a lighter color, because it'll give it a more open feel, and then plus it just seals off the wood, and it makes a good aesthetic. So, but that is basically it for right now. This will conclude the first episode of this project, and as I continue on, I will continue to try to film the best I can. It's a little difficult to film and be productive because I am trying to get this done in a timely manner, so that as the weather continues to cool down, I can take it out and get use out of it. So anyways, I hope you're enjoying this so far. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys all later.